So hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. And this is a session about ServiceNow and Provide. My name is Nicola Attico. I'm advisory solution consultant in ServiceNow. And what I would like to present right now is the work that we did over the past few months, almost a year, I would say right now with Provide. In order to integrate the ServiceNow platform and the Provide stack. So I would like to start with a little bit of introduction about ServiceNow. I don't know if you already heard about the solution, but this is a brief intro about what ServiceNow is delivering. And it's a company that has been founded in 2004 and is growing quite aggressively. An average growth rate has been around 33% every year. And what is very interesting about ServiceNow is that it's providing a platform that allows to build workflows in a low-code way. So it's a very simple and effective way for businesses to start implementing processes and application, and also start using the application that are available natively out of the box on the ServiceNow environment. And if we have a look to the ServiceNow business model, this is what we call the platform slide. It is basically describing how ServiceNow is allowing businesses around the world to basically digitize all kind of business processes and digital workflows. So what you see in the middle is actually what we call the platform, the Now platform actually. And this is a low-code development environment that allows to build applications on top of it. And what is very important about the Now platform is that it allows to connect business users of every kind. So you see on the north part of this slide that there is the possibility for users to connect either through traditional web-based channels, as well as mobile and conversational UIs. On the other side, what you see on the bottom of the slide is the capability of the platform to connect to different kind of environments. So depending on the kind of process that you are managing with ServiceNow, you can connect to platform for IT, for managing infrastructure, for managing customer services, sales, marketing, ERP, and so on. And what ServiceNow provides natively on the platform are workflows, and these workflows are spanning different domains. So one of the domains is IT, so everything related to managing IT processes within the organization. Another domain is employees workflow, and this is everything related to the employees, from HR to procurement to legal services and a lot of other processes. And then customer workflows, which are more tied to delivering services to the customer, either B2B or B2C. And then we have the so-called creator workflow that allows to build business application on top of the platform to realize a wide variety of different use cases. So if we dig a little bit deeper in this kind of picture, you see how these different workflows are composed, and each one of them is made by a multitude of applications. So for example, in the IT space, you have application for which we are very famous, like IT service management, IT operations management, business management, asset, everything DevOps or security, IRM, and more recently, processes for telecommunications network. So IT is a very large space, but the same is true for employee services. So you see here, HR, workplace, legal services, safe workplace, and also in the domain of customer workflows, you have very important processes for organization like CSM, like field service management, more recently connected operations that allows to connect every kind of IoT devices to the platform, as well as FSO, that is the domain of customer services for bank and financial services, and more processes in there. And everything is based on the Now platform that sits as the foundation of all of that. So what we want to describe here is the approach that we are taking with Provide and the ability of ServiceNow to integrate with the Provide stack. So basically what we have built over the last few months is a Provide connector. So a Provide connector is basically an application, what we call in ServiceNow a scoped application. And this is made by an internal API to the platform and an integration hub spoke. So a system that allows to connect to Provide in a low-code fashion. So we are basically using Provide as a layer 2 technology in order to allow ServiceNow and all the application and workflows that sits into the platform with ledgers. So in the work that we have done so far, we are mostly using Ethereum as the underlying ledger, especially we are using the public network or the ropes and text network when we don't want to pay for transactions fees really. But we can also integrate with other environments in the near future. So this open up a wide variety of possibilities and use cases in the ServiceNow environment. And what I think is very important to describe is that with that approach, we can enable a new kind of architecture in ServiceNow that is a business network architecture. So the way ServiceNow operates is providing an instance to each organization. Bigger organization can also have multiple instances in some case, but let's stay with the very basic architecture. So every organization is having its own instances, managing IT processes or managing HR processes. And each organization is going to have an instance of the Provide stack, which connect to the ledger. So what we especially like of this architecture is that no data is shared on the blockchain. It's only proof and hashes of proofs that are stored on the underlying blockchain, while all the information is kept confidentially on each individual customer instance and is possibly shared in a peer-to-peer way from a Provide stack to the other Provide stack. So this is actually the layer 2 level that we are envisioning, and providing is giving this possibility to connect to the blockchain. And ServiceNow gives to the users and to the businesses the ability to create low-code application on top of the blockchain and DLT environments. So this is a kind of homogeneous business network where you have all the organization running ServiceNow. You often get the question, what is going to happen when an organization doesn't own a ServiceNow instance, and can they be part of the business network as well? So this is the domain of heterogeneous network where you can have multiple system of record which interact through the Provide stack. And what we see here highlighted in this dotted line is a work group. So what is also very important is the ability of multiple organizations to create a kind of sub-network and talk together in a very secure and confidential way. So this process of building work group within ServiceNow environment, I believe, is very powerful, and it allows organizations to build in a dynamic way their own groups and consortia and start exchanging proofs through the Provide stack. So this is what is going to allow work group to scale up. So of course you can imagine, and it's often done to integrate ServiceNow instance one with another. So you often have one-to-one integrations. For example, when you are managing very traditional processes like incident management, you can have integrations between one organization and another, because for example, one organization is a system provider for another one, and incident needs to be exchanged between the different organizations. And this is what we could call a one-to-one integration. And often you have a more complex setup where one organization can have multiple service providers in such a way that incident can be exchanged between different companies in order to fix the problem for the customer. But what really the work group model allows is to scale this kind of networks to not just 1, 2, or 3 environment, but scale really to 10 or 100 of environments in a very seamless way. So this is everything about scale. And the objective of this kind of architecture is truly to allow each organization to digitize business interaction. So what we see at the moment is that processes are digitized and start to be digitized very well within the walls of the individual organization. But when we come to processes that needs to span multiple organizations, trouble starts in some sense, because each individual organization is running their own process in a digitized way. But when you start integrating with customers, or you start integrating with suppliers or business partners at the south of this diagram, or you need to integrate with auditors or regulators for all different kind of processes, this is where the interactions start to be more analogic. So this is where emails comes into the picture, or even paper form or phone calls and this kind of thing. So we really want to provide each organization the ability to digitize business processes across all the different domains. And this is just an high-level picture, but actually the benefits that we can get from this kind of model are truly 360 degrees, going from process synchronization, data consistency, and also the demonstration of economic value. So for one example is the ability to manage SLAs in a proper way. So SLAs are contracts between an organization and their service provider. And like in the procurement process, these SLAs brings economic value, because if the contracts are not respected, there are penalties that needs to be paid, and there may be rewards that need to be given as well for good performances from service providers. So this is where we believe Provides came into the picture. And yeah, I mean, this slide represents a little bit from an helicopter view what we think can be the major use cases across all the different workflows. So in the IT space, we have this concept of trusted service provider that we are working on. And in the employee workflow space, we can have many different use cases regarding employee identity, CV verification, and incentive in a more wider term. Customer workflows is all about authenticity of products, digital twins, IoT data ingestion. And in general, in the creator workflow space, where we are bringing the low-code capability to the blockchain environment, we can really go to any kind of use case like trace and track, like certification issuing and verification, and bring that within the ServiceNow platform using the Provide stack as a layer 2. So we are very optimistic about the possibility that we can achieve and reach integrating ServiceNow with the Provide stack. We are working actively on that. And I think if you want to try to do that on your own, you just have to go to the developerservicenow.com site. This is the space where you can basically activate your own instance. So as a developer, you can have your own environment. You can use it for the hackathon if you like to go on that route. And you have all the documentation as well about the APIs that ServiceNow provides in order to talk with external systems, and you can start from there and build your own low-code application using ServiceNow and provide. We are going to have another session tomorrow with Bank United. It is one of our most innovative customers, and we will show a demonstration of a POC that we have built with them about the incident management process. So if you have time to join this session, that would be great as well. And I think that's it for the presentation of today. And I'm looking forward for tomorrow's presentation with Bank United to showcase a real environment.